Normal people check their bank account, and it basically behaves like a container. Money goes in, money comes out, and at the end of the month, they can point to something and say, okay, that's where it went. Rent, groceries, a couple fun things, a plan. But your account feels haunted. You get paid, and for a brief, beautiful moment, you're rich. You breathe, your shoulders drop. You think, this month I'm finally going to get ahead. And then, 3 days later, you open your banking app, and it's like someone left the bathtub running. Drip, drip, drip. A streaming charge you forgot. A delivery fee that somehow costs more than the food. A small Target run that turned into a $97 spiritual event. And you're staring at the number like, wait, where did it go? The feeling isn't just that you're broke, it's that money evaporates around you. Like you can't hold on to it. Like every time you try to build a little pile, the universe sends a leaf blower. And if you're anything like the people I talk to, you don't just feel stressed, you feel embarrassed. You feel behind. You feel like you're doing something that other adults somehow learned and you missed the class. So let me say the part you need to hear before your brain slams the shame alarm. It's not laziness. It's not that you're bad with money. It's not that you lack discipline as a human being. You have a normal brain that's trying to keep you safe inside a system designed to keep you spending. Your brain is fighting a modern economy that moves at the speed of impulse. And if you've been losing that fight, it's not because you're weak. It's because the game is rigged in a very specific direction. Stay with me, because this completely changes how you see your bank account. Cognitive psychologists call what's happening present bias. It sounds fancy, but the bar version is simple. Your brain treats right now like it's louder, brighter, and more real than later. Future you is a foggy character in the distance. Current you is standing in your kitchen, tired, hungry, and scrolling. Present bias is why you can sincerely want to save money and still pay $19.99 plus tax for a limited time hoodie you don't even love. It's why you can plan a budget on Sunday like a responsible adult, then on Wednesday order $40 of food because you deserve it, and the logic feels airtight in the moment. Neurologically speaking, your brain has two main departments in a constant tug of war. One department is the planner. It cares about long-term safety. It understands goals. It loves spreadsheets and delayed gratification. The other department is the shopper. It cares about relief. It cares about comfort. It cares about the tiny hit of you get when you press buy now and your anxiety shuts up for 4 seconds. Researchers at places like Harvard and Princeton have shown that when the reward is immediate, the emotional, impulsive parts of the brain light up like a casino. When the reward is later, it's like trying to get excited about flossing. Your brain doesn't hate you. Your brain hates waiting. Think of present bias like this. Your brain is a toddler in the grocery store, and your budget is the parent. The parent says, "We have food at home." The toddler says, "I will actually die if I don't get this snack right now." And the toddler is not negotiating. It's screaming in the cereal aisle of your nervous system. Now add stress to the mix. When you're stressed, tired, lonely, overworked, or underslept, your brain's ability to delay gratification drops. Because stress makes right now feel even more urgent. Your brain starts thinking in short timelines. It starts grabbing for quick comfort. That's why being broke is so expensive. Not just financially, psychologically. When you're constantly under pressure, the shopper runs the house. And then, once the charge clears and the dopamine wears off, the planner wakes up, checks the account, and starts yelling. That's the cycle. Not irresponsible. Predictable. But here's where it gets weird. You didn't evolve for direct deposit and recurring subscriptions. You evolved for survival. Thousands of years ago, later was not guaranteed. Food could disappear. Winter could kill you. Injury could end your life. So the humans who survived weren't the ones who said, "I'll enjoy this berry in 6 months after I've built a diversified berry portfolio." The humans who survived were the ones who ate when food was available, rested when shelter was available, grabbed resources when the opportunity showed up because the opportunity could vanish. Evolution wired you for immediate survival. Present bias is not a flaw. It's an ancient feature. It's your brain saying, if we don't take the good thing now, we might not get it later. And in the wild, that was true. In the wild, waiting could be stupid. In the wild, Having a little extra right now could mean you lived long enough to have a later. Your nervous system still runs on that software. Your brain still has the same emotional math. Immediate reward equals safety. And you see it in the way you spend when you're depleted. That late night online order isn't about the item, it's about regulation, it's about control. It's about your brain grabbing a tiny guaranteed win in a world that keeps handing you maybe. Because saving money is a maybe, investing is a maybe, a budget is a maybe. But a package arriving in 2 days, that is a promise. That is a certainty. That feels like survival. And if you grew up in instability, money fights, inconsistent income, parents who were stressed, moving a lot, not knowing if there'd be enough, then your brain learned an even sharper version of the lesson. When something good appears, take it, because it might disappear. People call it impulsive spending, but a lot of the time it's just a history of scarcity. It's your brain making sure you don't miss the chance to feel okay. Now enter the villain, because this isn't just your wiring. This is your wiring being actively farmed for profit. Welcome to the Insta Everything economy. Same-day shipping, one-click checkout, tap to pay, buy now, pay later. A million subscriptions quietly siphoning your paycheck like little financial mosquitoes. And a phone in your pocket that functions like a slot machine made of ads. The modern economy is not built around helping you build wealth. It's built around converting your emotions into transactions as fast as possible. The Insta Everything economy is basically a giant machine that says, hey, remember your present bias? Remember how your brain loves right now? Great. We removed every speed bump between your craving and our revenue. There used to be friction. You had to get in a car, drive to a store, walk around, stand in line, hand over cash. That time gave the planner a chance to show up. That time was the gap where you could go, actually, I don't need this. Today, friction is considered bad design. The goal is to make spending feel like blinking. You don't even feel the loss. You feel the relief. And companies know exactly which feelings to target. Bored? Here's a feed. Lonely? Here's a lifestyle influencer selling self-care. Stressed? Here's food delivery with a picture so glossy it should come with a therapist. Insecure? Here's a product that promises a new identity. The system isn't guessing, it's measuring. Every click teaches the algorithm what version of you is easiest to crack. And then it serves that version back to you on a silver platter at 11:47 p.m. when your defenses are down. And let's talk about the sneakiest weapon in this Insta-everything economy, tiny payments. They don't sell you a $600 problem. They sell you 12 $49.99 problems. They slice reality into painless little pieces. It's just $12, it's $8.99. It's just 4 payments of, and your brain hears just, and your present bias relaxes. Because the pain doesn't land today. The pain lands later, and later is fake. That's present bias. Meanwhile, your account is bleeding out from paper cuts, and you're blaming yourself for not being an adult. But the truth is, you're not failing a money test. You're losing a psychological war against an economy that turned your instincts into a business model. So what's the way out? Not motivation, not shame, not another budget template you abandon by Thursday. The reframe is this: reclaim your finances by slowing your brain. Because the only way to beat present bias is to create a speed bump between the feeling and the purchase. You're not trying to become a monk, you're trying to give the planner a chance to enter the room before the shopper swipes your card. This is not about willpower. This is about environment design. Make right now slightly harder. Make later slightly easier. That's the whole game. Start small and clinical. Put a 24-hour rule on non-essentials. Not forever. Not for groceries, for the stuff that's obviously emotional spending. When you want to buy something, you don't say no. You say, not yet. That one sentence is powerful because it doesn't trigger rebellion. Your brain doesn't hear deprivation. It hears delay. And delay is where you get your life back. Next, remove one-click buying. Yes, it's annoying. That's the point. Log out of shopping apps. Delete saved cards. Make yourself type the numbers like it's 2006. Friction is medicine. If you're thinking, but I'll just add it back, good. Let it be a conscious act. Let it be a moment where you notice what's happening, because awareness is the first upgrade. Another move, build a cool-down ritual for the exact moment money evaporates, that moment when you feel the itch, the scroll, the hunger, the I deserve a treat. Make a short list of replacements that give you a similar emotional payoff without a charge clearing tomorrow. A shower, a walk, a 10-minute cleaning sprint with music, a snack you already have, texting one person. Not because those are magical, but because they interrupt the trance. Present bias thrives in trance. Break the trance, and the spell weakens. And here's a big one most people ignore. Set up your money so your future is automatic. If saving requires you to decide every month, present bias will bully you every month. Automate it like a bill, even if it's $10, especially if it's $10, because what you're really building is not a savings account. You're building an identity. I'm the kind of person who pays future me first. When you do that, your brain starts treating the future as more real. Lastly, name the villain out loud. Seriously. When you feel the pull of the insta-everything economy, label it, "This is an algorithm trying to monetize my mood." That little sentence creates distance. It turns a craving into an event you can observe. And once you can observe it, you can steer it. You're not broken. You're a human with a survival brain in a world that sells comfort at the speed of thought. The goal isn't to never want things. The goal is to stop being ambushed by right now. Slow the moment down. Add friction. Give your planner time to catch up. Because your finances don't improve when you become a different person. They improve when you stop letting a rigged system drive your nervous system like a stolen car. Awareness is your shield. Delay is your superpower. And the second you realize your bad habits are actually logical, ancient instincts being exploited, you stop hating yourself and you start playing the game with your eyes open.